All right, don't forget these words, the addition words, subtraction words, multiplication words, division words. Okay, be very helpful to remember some of these, especially some of, the bigger words like, addition, the word sum is a big one, subtraction, the word difference is one of the big ones there. And then, multiplication, the word product, division, the word quotient is another big one. But they're all pretty big, so make sure you kind of memorize them. Let's get started, right? You might need to use some of these for our questions. All right, so it says write an equation for the mathematical problem, then solve the equation. 1/2 of a number increased by -18 is the same as 18. What is the number? Pause the video. Can you write an expression and then solve it? Okay, can you write, an equation? Can you write an equation and then solve it? All right, how did you do? What equation did you write? All right, well, let's look at this. It says, let's start from the beginning. It says 1/2, okay, we can write that 1/2 of a number. 1/2, okay, of a number. Remember this word of, what does that mean? Right, that means multiplication. So 1/2 of a number. We don't know the number, so we're going to write a variable. So let's just say 1/2 of x. That's 1/2 of the number. Increased, that word increased by, should be an addition word, so increased by -18. So here's the first part. 1/2 of, that's multiplication, a number, 1/2 x, increased plus -18 is the same as, what would you put that, what does this represent? Right, this is an equals word, right? The word equals means the same. So is the same. So this whole expression is the same as, is equal to 18. All right. Now let's solve it. All right. What are you going to do first to solve for x? All right. Well, first thing I would do, I would rewrite the plus minus here to just a subtraction sign, right? When you add a negative, it's the same as subtraction. All right. All right. What are you going to do next? All right, maybe you said this in the first question, but we're going to add 18. So we want to get rid of this -18. Let's get rid of it. So now I have 1/2 x equals 18 plus 18, 36. What are you going to do next? All right, well, what you're going to technically do is divide by 1/2, but remember when you divide by fractions, you just multiply by the reciprocal. So really what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by 2, right? 2 over 1, but that's just really just multiplying by 2, okay? But I'll just write 2 over 1. And then so that means, these cancel out, then I'm left with x equals 36 times 2. 36 times 2 is 72. So what is the number? The number is 72. So we could say 1/2 of 72 increased by -18 is the same as 18. Okay, remember you can plug this in, 72, plug this in right here. 1/2 of 72, that's 36. 36 plus -18, that will give me +18. So that is correct. Let's try one more. All right. 36 less than the product of -3 and a number is 0. What is that number? Write an algebraic equation and then solve it. All right, how did you do? Okay, what equation did you write? All right, remember in that introduction, that word, that phrase, less than. Right, that's a tricky one. That's a turnaround word. So really, this comes at the end. It's like saying 36 less than, all right, so it's like saying, I have something and I'm going to take 36 away from it. So really, so the less than 36, the minus 36 should really come second, okay? And it says the product of -3 and a number. So here's the next thing. So it's 36 less than this, -3 and a number. The word product means multiplication. Okay, so we're going to do -3 and a number we don't know. So it's going to be -3 times x. right? And we don't need anything else, right? We just have this subtraction sign. So, right, negative 3x minus 36 is, that word is, that's the equal word, equals word. So that means it equals 0. All right, let's solve. What are you going to do first? Right, we're going to add 36. Add 36 to both sides. That cancels these guys out. That means I'm going to be left with negative 3x on the left side and positive 36 on the right side. What are you going to do next? Well, we got to get rid of this negative 3. We're going to divide by negative 3, right? Not positive 3, negative 3, okay? Because we want to get rid of that negative sign as well, because we just want x. So that means x equals 36 divided by 3 is 12. Remember, this is a negative 3, so it's going to be negative 12. All right, so let's see if this makes sense. Let's plug negative 12 here. So if I said negative 3 times negative 12, well, negative times negative is positive, so this would give me 36. 36 minus 36 equals 0, so it checks out.